Hello and welcome. We've actually already played this match. We are actually just going to be voiceovering a replay. Hopefully this will not that we can only record 10 minutes at a time. But we are going to be doing a feature series on the Starcraft expanded. Didn't want to embarrass ourselves on YouTube. Uh, so, a little bit. So, as you can see, Nick's brood, or soon to be brood, is over here. Whereas we've got my, yes, ignore the chat. We had to wait to start the game slightly. But, so we kind of got off to a bit of a slow start. It happens.
And if you notice here, I will make one too many drones before I even start the Overlord and cancel it.
Oh, was that your slowdown mistake?
Yes.
Yeah. So the cool thing about this mod is your supply buildings, or I believe in the case of the Zerg, is it the evolution chamber?
That's the engineering bay, pretty much.
Where are your upgrades done? Like factioning.
Oh, the spawning pool.
The spawning pool. Okay, so for him it's the spawning pool. Zerg just once you get your spawning pool up, you can actually opt to go ahead and select a faction, which, as you can see on my screen, I've actually got that thing open here, and it's got an assortment of factions on my end. And once that spawning pulls up, I'll show you what his has. So these are pretty much the factions that we're going to be showing off to y'all in later games. My particular favorite is the Infested, which is what you're going to see in this particular match. As you can see, I just teched for it. And yeah, it literally adds a whole new set of models and textures, a new set of units. I mean, to a degree, they're still the same units. Like, we got Infested Marines rather than normal Marines. Infested Banshees, which they're very dear to my heart. Just because who doesn't like high-speed, brood lords? So Nick over here, as you can see, has broods option in the spawning pool. There's a good number of them, including the brood from the oh so popular arcade game Left to Die. So, yeah, that's fun. But yeah, there's
I'm going to be going with the feral clusters and just
yeah,
I realize it,
which is right there. Now the feral cluster is basically just the brood from Starcraft 1 and Starcraft Broodlords. Or Broodlords? What? Brood Wars. And of course, you do get to pick some units. Like, as you can see, Nick has decided to go with a Raptor Strain, Ancient Queens, which is just Starcraft 1 Queens, and Defilers, which is also Starcraft 1. My phone countdown talks. That's weird. But yeah, as you can see, I got the Infested Marines, and actually everything in here should look different from what you're used to, because I've got my, Infested Marines here, Fatty, and Aberration. Unfortunately, in this video, I will not be able to show you the Fatty or the Aberration. I don't actually often use them. The only reason Fatty didn't get used is because Fatty has an ability that allows us to literally reduce FPS on my computer to a grinding halt. With never-ending meat walls.
It's like the where are they? I'm trying to remember the one that spawned locusts, only with higher number and infested Terrans.
I don't know.
I can't tell because I'm making units too fast.
Basically, Fatty can produce these, as you can see, birth-infested cocoons here on my screen. Basically, produces never-ending waves of infested humans for really cheap. And when I say really cheap, I mean you only have to pay 50 minerals once and 50 energy once, and then you have it. And it's really easy to just mass them. Just make rows and rows of them. You do have to worry about pathing because they're weird. And they do go after the... they do go after like enemies they can see. So a good tactic to that is to go to your command center and basically do exactly what I'm doing. Upgrade to the orbital command so you can use your scanner with it. But yeah, as you can see. Yeah, as you can see. Yeah, Nick likes to rapid expand in this case, it looks like. But as you can see, the Marines... Yeah. As you can see, the Marines are different. They are scary. But yeah, I mean, it just...
Or many different, do they? Besides, regen?
Well, they regen, and then they use ground carpus over normal armor, which is... It just means that they move a little bit slower, and they regen. So...
Do they really move slower? They look the same speed to me.
It's not a huge margin of difference. It really isn't.
They're both 2.25.
Are they?
Yeah.
Okay.
I'm looking at Zerg forces.
The infested marine just shuffles and stomps, which makes it look like it goes slower. Yeah, no, I mean, it's not really that different, in truth. I mean, they can burrow, they can regen, they have a different armor type. They regenerate faster on creep.
But they get no stim.
Yeah, they get no stems, but that's not really a loss, the stems. Yeah, no, there's actually a set of tech tree things that you can do. You can pick tech tree, which is kind of nice, except that a lot of them get taken away from you when you play certain factions, such as like the colonists and the infested. Just because it would be kind of weird if you saw, infested Terran Marines or civilians with Molotov cocktails running around with shields, for example. So, yeah, that wouldn't make a whole lot of sense, now would it? Yeah. Now, mind you, I'm literally going to get by this entire match with just those 4 supply depots.
Probably because I did all the work.
For the most part, but I mean the extra supplies really stacks on that nice little bonus. Now, we are nearing the point where my recording software likes to cut out, so you are going to notice me pause the replay to restart. But don't worry, we're not ending the video there because we've got a whole 30 minutes of video for you. So yeah. That's obnoxious.
Yeah.
Okay, so we were spending a good little amount of time wondering why this particular computer wasn't actually doing anything. And that's
we didn't notice this until I actually started attacking the base.
Yeah. We noticed that they weren't. We noticed that there was a severe lack of army at one point coming from this particular group. But we did notice that the teal, the light color blue, was doing all the work. That's because teal picked Dominion, which is very aggressive, and this guy picked the colonists. And I'm pretty sure computer doesn't know what to do with colonists or the infested. Because it replaces your barracks When it comes down to the Infested, just because all of the units are different, so different. With the colonists, you literally have your barracks replaced. So the reason we weren't seeing any armies from them is because they literally weren't. They weren't able to make troops. So yeah, it kind of. Oh well.
Yeah, it's not very useful.
No, not for
We don't
computer.
notice this until we attack, which I believe around this time I made the attack force.
Yeah,
Or at least
you
part of the
start
attack force.
see the attack for the attack against this particular faction was Raptors. Uh, and of course, it was supposed to be more of a harass kind of thing, but it kind of escalated um, because we
Of
didn't.
course, I don't really attack because I was a bit slow. Here's when I noticed. Oh wait, no, it's not this one. It's the next attack that I noticed their army.
Yeah, I mean,
Oh,
so
didn't realize I got.
this is their. Is this their first attempt at tanks?
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay.
Where I said fuck your tanks.
So they rolled some tanks up on us, and that obviously was absolutely no issue. Now clearly this Widow mine has gone unnoticed, which both of them have for now. We didn't notice these, and we started getting attacked, but we cleared it up pretty quick. Yeah, can you tell we're off to a slow start? 15 minutes into this match, I'm just building bunkers. But their first tank attack, you see, there they go, being annoying.
And then they unrooted, and that's when we found them. And then I knew the other one.
Yeah, the other one was kind of obvious because we were still getting attacked after that one got taken out. But their first attack at tanks didn't work out, so they got the bright idea to spam tanks, which you'll see shortly.
I think it's after this one that I noticed. That one.
You'll notice that I'm actually making doubles of my barracks and my factory. That's just because with the Infested specifically, they're very Zergy in some manners. They're very Zergy in a way that you wonder why they're Terran and not Zerg.
There's me pulling back the drone stick, and there's still one more left. Because I had noticed it uprooted and ran face first into the bunkers.
Yeah. But as you can see, 15 minutes in, Blue still hasn't done anything. Now, mind you, we didn't know this at all. In fact, we're coming up on the point where we realized something was wrong, but we didn't know.
No, we don't notice anything's wrong until after my first attack.
Yeah,
which
was
delayed.
Yeah, I mean the point that we realize something's wrong, but we don't realize what is coming up. But I mean, if you look here, he's doing exactly what you, albeit a little bit more aggressive than they should, given that they're medium. But at least this early on, they're literally spamming tanks, but they're doing what a Terran would do, However, poor Blue, just sitting there.
He's trying to give resources to his friend. You know how he's hoarding 8.8k.
Is he really?
Yes. Now he's got 9k.
So, Biodome. Okay. So I'm not going to tell y'all too much about the colonists until we do the colonists, but yeah, it doesn't take much to realize that there's something different about the colonist command center. So another cool thing, this particular mod actually has heroes. Like in this case, I've got Stukov. I mean, that's the most obvious choice for a hero for Infested Terran. Okay, so here comes their attempt at a tank rush. Now, if there's one thing I can thankfully say we're good at is prioritizing targets, because we know what's going to mess us up more. At first, we just see these Marines coming up. It's like, okay, Marines. And
I didn't even
then...
notice the Marines, because I knew the tanks were coming.
And then tanks! So, as you can see,
Bundle up the roaches.
We just literally tanked the tanks, because what else can we do?
Yep, after this, or at least shortly after, I send units down. I don't notice I send units down, but once you see the raptor links go is when, right before I start the stuff, I'm still like trying to spread creep and work on my fast economy. Which I really need to spend more minerals on.
Now, mind you, during the actual game, I didn't notice that he sent Mutalisks down here to this corner. But the reason he did that was because he was preparing to harass. And like I said, that escalated just a little bit because we weren't expecting a huge amount of success with we weren't exactly expecting to take out much. We expected to get run. Honestly, come on, it's a harassment force. What do you expect harassment force to happen? They're going to get run out fast.
I expected to kill a few workers and then run out.
2 minutes 57 seconds left.
But of course, like we said, that escalated, and you're going to get a good look at why and how that escalated. So soon enough, y'all are going to get a good look at my favorite unit out of the Infested. And that's the Infested Banshees. You don't get a good look at them because we ended up having to tighten up the match real quick for reasons. So you don't get a great look at them, but you'll get the gist. And chances are we'll probably come back and revisit this particular race. We may come back and visit them all just so we get all of the content in. But we're going to try to cover the factions themselves one at a time. If we come back and revisit, it's going to be after we finish up. And there's a lot to cover. Eventually we will end up going through Protoss, but I'm not very good with Protoss. I'm a Terran kind of guy.
Decent at Protoss.
Yeah, so as you can see, his Raptorlings are off. And
as is the computer, but we didn't know.
Yeah, we didn't realize this. So
there's me showing him that my harass started.
So
and then we realized it's a bit empty here.
Yeah, we at this point, Nick goes, "Have you noticed a severe lack of blue army?" That's because there wasn't ever a blue army at all. So,
here's when we got attacked.
Yeah, for the most part.
1 minute left.
I mean, as you can see, yeah, that harassment turned into their command center getting taken out for the first time. They tried to turn some troops back. AI2 tried to turn some troops back to go and help out, but I mean, for the most part, if you think about it, Teal's just kind of carrying blue. Because there's just... they're not really able to help themselves. But that happens. Okay, I'm going to have to pause real quick so I can restart the recording.
I just realized something.
And we're back. Okay, so what'd you realize?
That they're sending the rest of their force.
Oh.
That's supposed to come with.
Oh, the tiny little... Oh, that's where the ghost... That's when the ghost came in, and I prioritized that ghost.
Yeah, that's the attack that turned off my harassment.
We ended up turning it around because we were going to attempt to extend the match a little bit because that was just too easy. Of course, in the end, we did have to tighten up literally less than 10 minutes later, but it happens. But yeah. I really wish we had realized that they had gone colonist, but you know, in order to communicate, we're kind of being. Oh, how lovely! I just realized that in the video captures broken textures for two of my bunker monsters. Whoops. uh,
That's just the other textures.
See, I'm not, but that's okay. I mean, everybody gets the gist. That's a bunker monster. They're scary. They have a lot of health and a pretty decent amount of armor. And they're literally just scary monster things with bunkers grown into their backs and Terran machine guns.
They also just disappear when they die. And here I am saying that I'm attacking again.
Yeah, there's frequent points of attack that happen just because that's the thing that had to happen. They're just we kept holding out hope that they would end up putting an actual army in you know the game, but they didn't. Uh, Teal kept trying. uh, yes, and then the point that I realized that I had a spare marine that had been produced, so here's that spare marine being sent off to his death, essentially.
And you noticing their army.
Yeah. Just kind of plowing in. So, yes, as you can see, run-of-the-mill Banshee meets Broodlord. They're virtually the same, except that in place of an actual weapon that you can upgrade, you've got Broodling Strike.
And here's me increasing my harassment force.
Yes, just growing it and growing it. So, yeah, that's what Banshees do. And as you can see, that first set of Banshees didn't really work out. That's just because we were, again, trying to tighten up the match, and I really wanted to show off what the Banshee for the Infected did. With any luck, if we revisit, you'll get an even better look of it, which would be nice.
Also, if no one's noticed, here's Lurkers, which is from the Feral Brood.
Yeah, I don't know if you remember these guys from Starcraft 1, but they make very good defensive pairing with bunkers, ironically. But then again, they're really good at defensive anyway, so.
Yeah.
Which you'll get a good look at right now.
And you can see how they're just shredding the enemy.
Yeah.
I didn't even realize they were shredding the... Oh, also, because they were attacking, I decided to attack.
I apologize for the lag that happens. Normally I have FPS issues because my computer is aging. However, I'm also recording at the moment, so yeah. FPS is just taking a bit of a hit, but that's okay. So I actually send a very small force of infested banshees to help, which didn't really help. Now, on a good day, when we have more time to show this off, infested banshees are havoc. They are literally Satan. I mean, just look at that. They work exactly like broodlords, but they have a faster attack speed and they move faster. So you can see where that could be awful annoying.
And here's where we decided to show off some of the StarCraft 1 advanced flyers.
Yes. Now, if y'all have ever played StarCraft 1 and StarCraft Brood Wars,
preferably Brood Wars, because one of these flyers wasn't in the original.
Yes.
Those are the brain trying to shoot them away.
So, yes, Guardians, guys.
Flying crabs.
They are badass as usual. And then, of course, we got the Devourer from Brood Wars.
Which has absolutely no use.
Well, it's got...
I just made them to show off.
They're literally only good against air, just like in Brood Wars. but they are pretty neat. The fact that it's present in game.
The models aren't bad either.
No, the models are very well done. Just like with the Guardians. I mean, a lot of the models that are done are really nice. I couldn't tell you for sure if the mod author himself is the one who did the models, or if somebody else did the models for him. But whoever did the models did a really good job, and that's going for all of the factions.
Yep.
So, yeah, there we go. Finishing this matchup. Anyway,
Crabs are fun.
yes, flying crabs. In the future, we hope to actually play while, of course, recording. However, something didn't work out last time. Anyway, if y'all liked this video, I mean, this is all we're going to cover is mods and arcade for StarCraft 2, at least for now. If y'all liked it, keep your eyes open for videos of this sort, and we'll hopefully have more content to you quick rather than not quick, you know? Anyway, thanks for watching, and we'll see you next time. Bye.
Yeah.